Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of true success, let me start with a truth that will save you years of struggle. Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of true success, let me start with a truth that will save you years of struggle. Someone once said, "I want a job that pays me like a CEO, treats me like royalty, and requires no measurable skill." The world's reply is simple: sure, in your dreams. Because the world, my friends, does not pay you for who you are. It pays you for what you can do. Yet the vast majority of people operate with a flawed mindset. They think, if only someone paid me more, then I would invest in myself. No, it works the other way around. I recall a young person telling me, "I don't want to learn the complexity of negotiations. It's too hard. I just want a big paycheck." I told him, "You want a big paycheck without high-level skills? That's like expecting to win the marathon without ever leaving your couch. It is an impossibility." Think about those who achieved what the media calls overnight success. People quickly label them as lucky. Are they? Look at someone like Mr. Beast. The man dedicated years, not months, years to mastering video pacing, thumbnail psychology, attention retention, and scalable creativity. He failed more times than most people even try. Everyone sees the money flowing now, but they didn't witness the relentless learning that came first. Skills come first, then the money follows. The irony is this: most people treat skill building like a chore or a punishment. They want a promotion without the discomfort of training, growth without mistakes, success without the sweat. It's like expecting to win a world championship, but refusing to step into the gym. Let's use a relatable image. When you start any new venture, you are essentially a new computer with no applications installed. You look promising, but you are not yet functional. You need those crucial apps: negotiation, high-level communication, digital fluency, leadership, and complex problem solving. These are the programs that turn you into something the global market pays a premium for. Our generation wants instant gratification. We want to learn a skill on Tuesday and start earning money by Wednesday. I'm sorry, skills don't grow like fast food. They are more like aged wine. The longer and smarter you invest, the richer the value. Here is the stinging truth: the individuals who chase money too early often end up with neither. The individuals who chase skills first, the mastery, the money has no alternative but to chase them. Imagine your future self walking up to you right now. Does that future version say, "Thank you for the early discipline, you made my life effortless"? Or does he look back and say, "Why were you so hesitant? Why were you so lazy?" The gap between someone making millions and the average person is not intelligence. It is the strategic accumulation of high-value skills. You can lose your job, you cannot lose your skills. You can lose all your money, you cannot lose what you genuinely know. That is why the smartest people on earth treat learning like a business investment, not just a hobby to be done when they have time. The rest of the world says, "I'll learn when I have time." The winners say, "I will make time, because that is the foundation of my earnings." And this is just the beginning. The real transformation happens when you understand which skills multiply your income, not just add to it. Let me share a fundamental truth about money. Money has trust issues. If it feels you are only desperately chasing it, it always runs away. But if it sees you constantly improving yourself, adding value, becoming indispensable, suddenly money says, "Okay, fine, I trust this person's competence. I will stay." Most people never grasp this. They say, "Pay me well first, then I'll learn." That is demanding the strength before you enter the gym. Life does not comply with that demand. Look around. The people commanding the highest compensation are not necessarily superheroes. They are ordinary people who committed to learning rare, leverageable skills. Consider Keanu Reeves. We know him today as a global icon. He spent years mastering martial arts choreography, stunt coordination, acting technique, and on-screen discipline. He wasn't paid millions at the start. He invested years in learning, and the earnings became the inevitable consequence. Or look at the trajectory of Billie Eilish. People see the awards and the global fame today, but years ago she was meticulously producing, experimenting with sound design in a bedroom, and training her stage presence. She learned first, then she exploded. But most people want the opposite. They crave the shortcut version. It is like wanting to be a master chef, but refusing to learn how to properly dice an onion. Imagine an entrepreneur who says, "I want to start a business because I want freedom," but he has not mastered essential skills. He doesn't know how to negotiate contracts. He can't manage his time effectively. He panics when the simplest problem arises. Essential skills. He doesn't know how to negotiate contracts. He can't manage his time effectively. He panics when the simplest problem arises. How will this person lead a team? How will he secure a major deal? How will he even handle a difficult customer interaction? This is the exact same person who wants to earn large but refuses to learn small. And when the business inevitably fails, he calls life unfair. No, sir, life is fair. You skipped the tutorials. Every single time in your life you felt truly stuck, the root issue was not capital, it was a missing skill. If you are financially struggling, motivation won't solve it. Skills will. If you are significantly underpaid, switching jobs won't solve it. Skills will. If you desire a fundamentally different life, luck won't solve it. Skills will. Skills are your secret superpower. You carry them everywhere. No one can steal them. No one can tax them. And no one can stop you from constantly upgrading them. The earlier you begin this process of acquisition, the easier your entire life becomes later. Think of someone who mastered high-stakes communication early. Their interviews, their relationships, their business deals, everything is smoother. Or someone who learned advanced digital editing early. They can create content, build a brand, and attract clients globally. Opportunities simply begin to drop from the sky. Skills are a multiplier. They amplify everything you touch. But here is the danger. Most people don't even ask the right question. When they join a new job, they ask, "How much will I get?" They should be asking, "What will I learn here that will make me unstoppable later?" One question secures a salary. The other question secures a future. Here is a secret that the world often hides. The world doesn't pay the person who asks for money. It pays the person who becomes too skilled to ignore. Have you ever met someone who continuously declares, "One day I'll be successful," but they never dedicate themselves to learning anything new? That's like staring at a closed gym and expecting muscle growth. Strategic effort is required. This is the core of the learn before you earn principle. Learning is not a secondary chore. Learning is the fundamental upgrade that makes everything else simpler. Think of your life as a long-running video game. At level 1, even the small enemies defeat you. Bills, deadlines, stress, even your alarm clock. But when you systematically acquire new skills, you level up. You suddenly transition from asking, "Why is life so relentlessly hard?" to asking, "Why did I not learn this simple thing earlier?" The perfect opportunity does not come to those who wait. Opportunities come to people who are ready. And readiness is exclusively forged through learning. Look at any successful person. Before they had the massive income, they had the skills. Before they had the fans, they had the disciplined practice. Before they had the unwavering confidence, they had countless hours spent training alone where no one was applauding. Skills are the indispensable seed. Success is merely the tree. Most people want the shade, but refuse to plant anything. The earlier you begin learning, the quicker you earn, because skills compound exponentially. If you master complex decision-making skills young, your entire life becomes smoother for decades. A lot of people say, I need a good job. No, you need to become a good investment. Jobs don't make you valuable. Skills make you valuable. Imagine two people joining the same team. One asks, what is my starting salary? The other asks, what can I master here that will give me market value? 5 years later, one is pleading for a small raise. The other is leading a new department. Same environment, entirely different focus. Even in business, people say they want to launch a venture, but they neglect to learn management, finance, marketing, or how to handle people conflicts. When the business collapses, they blame external forces. You did not want to learn for it. Life is not against you. Your persistent lack of necessary skills is against you. You cannot shortcut skill building. But once you successfully build those skills, everything else in life becomes a shortcut. You negotiate better, you solve problems faster, you stand out without trying. The skills you build today don't just help you earn money, they protect you from losing it later. A person with mastery is never truly broke because they possess the inherent ability to rebuild from scratch. Money gives you comfort, skills give you control, and control is the truest definition of freedom. Imagine you suddenly lose your primary source of income tomorrow. If you lack skills, you enter a state of panic. If you possess high-demand skills, you immediately have options. Skills turn anxiety into confidence. When you rely only on a single salary, you are a phone with 1% battery. One wrong step, and everything shuts down. When you have skills, you are walking around with an inexhaustible power bank. We all know that one person who handles every crisis with calm clarity. Why? Because they built the skills. Problem solving is a skill. Emotional control is a skill. Clear thinking is a skill. A lot of people want to earn like top performers, but commit to learning like bottom performers. They want C-suite salaries with, I'll get around to it later, effort. When you genuinely invest in skills, two things happen automatically. People trust you more because you know your craft, and money eventually chases you because you are not replaceable. Money can vanish. Opportunities can vanish. Jobs can vanish. But the person you became, the skills you permanently built, those remain with you forever. That is why learning before earning is not just a principle, it is the most powerful strategy for freedom. Success is not one massive breakthrough. It is built on small, essential skills you collect quietly every day when nobody is even watching. Learning can feel slow and unexciting at first, but one day you will wake up and realize you have outgrown the life you once struggled with because the skills you built quietly started paying very loudly. So here is your practical next step. Start with one simple question. What skill can I learn today that my future self will truly thank me for? Not what is cool today, not what pays the least effort, but what makes you valuable tomorrow. Pick one skill. Become so excellent at it that people say, we absolutely must have this person. And then combine it. Design plus empathy, coding plus salesmanship, discipline plus creativity. When skills combine, the income explodes. Your goal is not to know everything. Your goal is to be irrefutably valuable. Imagine two people at the door of success. One keeps knocking, begging, hoping someone opens it. The other doesn't knock. He learns how the lock works and opens the door himself. The world respects and rewards the second person because he didn't wait for permission. He prepared for opportunity. Become someone the world notices. Become someone the world relies on. Become someone the world pays a premium for. Money will follow you. Opportunities will follow you. Success will follow you because you learn first and earn later. Thank you for listening. If this message moved you, hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to join this commitment to mastery. Don't just dream, build the skills.